Please give a loud, borderline troubling round of applause to Vegas Lancaster, everyone.
How's it going? A whole week of F. Harold Festival. Yeah, Harold must be pissed. This is welcome to the Go to Hell Carl Comedy Festival. F. Harold. Did you guys see that game last night? Anybody? I know they didn't win, but hey, there's nothing like kicking back with a cold beer and watching the Philadelphia Wings. Good old-fashioned American indoor lacrosse. It's a little misdirection there. Something you might see at a comedy festival. I love minor league sports. It's a great place to take a bad date. I almost never see any marriage proposals at the arena football. It's also a great gift for a kid you don't really like. Joey, I know you love the Phillies, so guess what? You're going to Camden! Who needs the Fanatic when you've got Finley the Shark? And lots of gang violence. I shouldn't make fun of minor league sports, though, when you all came out to see minor league comedy. Where my unemployed people at? Woo! Woo! Yeah! That's the great thing about the U.S. is you can be unemployed, but you still have enough money to go out and have a beer and see a show. I mean, you're not getting a Heineken and going to see Chris Rock. It's more PBR in Vegas Lancaster. But that's still better than fermented goat's milk and going to see the public stoning of the butcher's daughter. She should have covered her ankles. I'll ask you stupid questions when you're unemployed. Like, what's your biggest weakness? I don't know, my triceps? How do they expect you to answer that? Honestly, my biggest weakness, I'd say stealing, pens, copper wiring, kids, really anything that'll fit inside a truck. Hey, you guys have a company truck, right? My biggest weakness is that I don't give a fuck. You guys told me to give you 3 business references. I gave you 1. It's my mom. You call her, she'll tell you, I don't give a fuck. Some people are afraid of employers hooking them up on Facebook. You know, you have friends who do that. They change their name from Heather Duncan to Heather Marie.
Yes.
Ha! I'll never search for my middle name! Well, that's not me. I leave my Facebook wide open and post exactly what they want to see. Vegas Lancaster was worried he wasn't going to be 5 minutes early today, but oops, it's Saturday! Can't wait till Monday! Capital D, exclamation point! There's nothing I find sexier than human resource managers. But I would never say so, because there's nothing I hate more than sexual harassment. They post stupid crap on Facebook. You ever see, your friend from high school? Hey, remember me? Here's a billion pictures of my wedding. Look at my baby bump. Like my baby bump. Some people, they post depressing stuff like, I'm having a bad day. Well, you know what? Your day's about to get worse because you just lost a friend. My son just unfriended me. He don't give a fuck. Facebook is stupid, but it's huge. Their initial public offering is valued at $100 billion. Do people not know how much money $100 billion is? If I were the public, and I am, I would spend $50 billion on Facebook and $50 billion on, say, farm equipment. Because when the shit hits the fan, it's better to have a farm than to have Farmville. I was proud of that joke. People say things sometimes that catch you off guard. Like I was in Wawa getting a sandwich, and the sandwich lady told me, "Have a safe day." People tell me all the time to have a nice day, but have a safe day, I had to think about that. I thought about it real hard. So hard that when I drove out of the parking lot, I went through a red light and into a bus. I'd always rather have a nice day than a safe day, which is why I never wear a condom when I go skydiving. You laugh, but you should see the girls I go skydiving with. Let's just say it's not their first time getting high and then going down. Uh-oh. This act isn't fun anymore. I'll sit down too. Enjoy a nice Acadia natural spring water. Tastes like water. Where was I going? I don't even know. This guy. He's wasting our time. Oh boy, I know what, okay. Here's where it was. I went to get a drug test, and I'm starting to think I should cut my hair, because the nurse told me, good luck. I don't even really like pot, but Thomas Jefferson said any unjust law deserves to be broken. And I love Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson makes all my troubles float away. With Thomas Jefferson, it's fun to watch Star Wars Episode 1. All of a sudden, that movie's a documentary about what happens when you give millions of dollars to bumbling corporate executives in the most popular film franchise of all time and tell them go nuts! They turned Darth Vader into a pussy little kid. Isn't that funny? Indeed. You know, sometimes the tree of liberty must be watered with blood. Ah, TJ, you're crazy! I'm hungry. Would you like to get some Taco Bell? I can pitch in a nickel. Nickels for a high five! There, I did it. I told jokes about drugs. Now all I have to do is tell jokes about air travel, my wife, and the differences between black people and white people, and I'll finally be a real comedian. So I was traveling American Airlines with my wife when our stewardess asked if I'd like to check my bag for $25. And I said, that's a great deal. Where I'm from, they fined me $2,000 and 6 months community service for checking the old bag. But our stewardess, Shantae, didn't get it because black people don't watch hockey. You gotta laugh at that part of the joke. Where my bigots at? And nobody cheers and claps for that. That's the sign of the times. In the past, people would cheer and clap for being a bigot, but they wouldn't say anything and be embarrassed if they were unemployed. It's hard being a bigot these days. You can't bully women because they're doing better than men in higher education and closing the wage gap. And you can't bully gay teens because then celebrities go on YouTube and make a fuss about it. And you can't bully black people because then the news picks a it up and you get kicked off of your neighborhood watch. It's especially tough to bully people with weird sexualities now, because their sexualities are all out in the open. We've got lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, little people sexuals, old people sexuals, lots of people sexuals, whatever sexuals, Tina Fey sexuals, and furries. And they're all unified in the LGBT LOLWTF straight alliance. But that's okay. Bigotry doesn't just die. Bigotry attacks. You told us we couldn't hate on the Irish immigrants, so we started hating on Mexican immigrants. And you told us we couldn't hate on the Jews, so we started hating on Muslims. And I say, if you tell us we can't hate on people who are genetically predispositioned to have weird sex, then we hate on people who are genetically predispositioned to have no sex at all. My fellow bigots, it's time to hate asexuals. Asexuals are an untapped market. It used to be, if you were an asexual, you could just hide yourself by becoming a monk, or working quietly on your farm, or being a famous poet. For now, I sit in my backyard and write of sky and bird and tree. For though I am a Dickens son, there's never Dick in me. But nowadays, all of our romantic proclivities are blasted out on the internet. I tweet every orgasm. Oh yeah. Hashtag alone at home. Hashtag pics of Tina Fey dressed as Sarah Palin. It's time, my fellow bigots, to persecute the asexuals and take away their right to not get married. If they say they didn't deserve it, I say they did deserve it for not dressing proclivatively enough. For not dressing provocatively All groups of people who have anything about them that makes them feel different from other people have been persecuted, and now it's time to persecute the asexuals. And if they don't like it, they can get fucked.